Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And welcome back with me again. I am Muhammad Alief Zaki with student number 204001240. And I would like to explain further about subject verb agreement, word order, adverb, modifier, etc. And now let's start with SVO order. SVO or in longer form it's called subject verb order structure is like a basic structure in order to build a simple sentence. Now we got the subject who does the action, and we got verb to imply what action is being done, and now we got object as an additional information for the sentence. How does this affects in communication to convey a complete meaning? Like you say, listen to this sentence. He plays football. Now we got he as a subject who plays football, and the verb is plays, which describes that the action being done is playing. And now we got football who takes the action from the word play before. And let's move to the next topic. Let's discuss about inversion. Inversion is changing the word order from subject verb object to a typically different type of sentence in order to express like question or affirmative. Like you say, when I say she is playing soccer, and now if you want to transform it into question sentence, you need to move the auxiliary verbs to before the subject. Now hear me out. Is she playing football, playing soccer? Now the structure is well mannered to show that the person who said this is asking for information. And now let's discuss about the negative question. In negative question is kind of different. Like you see, in normal question, you may say, "Does she like apples?" And now in negative question, you should add not after the word "does" to imply the negative question. Like now, hear me out. Does not she like Does not she like apples? To imply that the speaker is asking for the negative expression of the question. And now let's discuss about modifiers. So modifiers, there are two types of it. Like the first one is descriptive modifier, which modifies the noun or the verb. Now hear me out. She sings beautifully. The word beautifully here explains the verb sing, like to show that how well she sings. And now move to the limited modifier. Limited modifier oftentimes restrict or limits the option of the verb. Like you see the limited one just topic. For example, I only eat bread. The the modifier only in the middle of the sentence shows that I don't eat anything else but bread. Now the placement of each modifier is important because when you misplace the modifier, the meaning will be fragmented and doesn't convey it clearly, so that the speaker won't understand you better. Now, some of you might confuse that adverbs are actually different than adverbial. Now, let's talk about the adverbs. So, adverb is as I explained before, explain the noun or the verb. Like now, hear me out. So, wait. Let me show you that adverbs sometimes express like how, when, or where, or what for is the action takes place. And now listen. He he played he played football regularly. Now the adverb regularly at the end of the sentence it shows that how often he plays football. And now move to the adverbial. So adverbial function is some this can be a phrase or even a clause. Like first of all, oh yeah, adverbial can be put in three different places. Like it can be at the beginning of the sentence, in the middle, or even at the end of the sentence. And now listen. In the morning, I walked to school. So the position of upper is at the beginning of the sentence. Why? To show that when the focus is the background. The background, like the when he walked to school in the morning. That's the main focus of the sentence. Now, if you put the adverbial at the end of the sentence, like I walked to school in the morning, it just focus on the action, like what did you do this morning. Oh yeah, now adverbial can also be placed in the middle of a sentence, like hit me up. He always gets first place. There's an adverb always in the middle of the sentence that shows how often he gets the first place. And now why do we have to consider how to put where to put the adverb? Because the three different placement of adverbs can have different function. Like adverb at the beginning of the sentence has a function to give context or background before the action begin. Or in the at the end of the sentence, it shows that the main focus is the action that's been done. And in the middle of the sentence, shows that the additional information without changing the grammatical structure. And now, as a teacher, of course, mastering these skills such as adverb, adverbial, inversion, modifier, or subject verb or subject verb object word order is important, because as a teacher, you have to correct your students' job. And yeah, that's pretty clear as a teacher anyway. So that you not only just what did you do, what did they do wrong, but you can give the proper explanation. Besides, the students hope to be able to build their own sentences in mind, and they can convey it in different contexts. Like for example, if they want to ask for information, of course they will use the inversion form where the auxiliary verbs appear before the subject. And now in writing, uh, how about in writing context? Yeah, in writing context it's also come in handy, because you see, you need to build in especially in formal writing, you need to build your sentence grammatically correct. So you need to pay attention to the structure, so that you can use the which types of adverb or modifier and where to put it, so that you can the adjust the the positioning of the adverb in a proper place. I think that's what I can explain today. I'm sorry if there were any mistakes related with today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.